All right, guys, we're gonna have a great fucking podcast today. Let's just roll the intro and we'll have some fun.
We are very opinionated people.
You mean we're assholes? All right, guys, welcome back to the FullofBS podcast with myself and Noah.
What's going on, guys?
We are just two guys who act like we know everything, but actually don't know nothing.
But actually, we know everything.
Exactly. So we got a lot to talk about today. A couple of good stories from work and all that kind of stuff. But before we start, I want to ask a question to the audience real quick. Would you like to see us, for one, obviously in a new setup, which I think is much needed?
Yeah.
And two, would you like to have us start bringing on some special guests that we know that can actually really add something to the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm down,
what's it called?
Spice things up a little bit.
Like, I have one ready to go where, like, if I message him, as long as he's not working, he's down. And, like, he has a cool different, like, perspective on a lot of things that I did. Like, he was a popular Twitch streamer. And, like, on top of that, he has, like, a really good job at a bank and stuff like that. So we can get some good information.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
have
do
some
it.
good stories. Have some fucking brews
We'll
and
just
shit.
have to figure out a way to change it somehow. The setup.
I don't like the setup. We need a proper like desk in front of us and stuff. My only issue is my computer is right here, and I don't know what to do where like everything's not hooked up to the computer properly. Unless we get a laptop, maybe.
Maybe I don't know.
But yeah.
Any you have any opens for
Dude,
us?
I have possibly the most fucked up like annoying story from work that I'll ever have.
Okay.
Like this was legitimately. So many things went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It just like life sucked for a few days. Okay.
Okay.
So let's put into perspective, right? So as you guys know on the podcast, I started working at a restaurant, right? Almost nothing about this has to do with the restaurant itself. Okay, I gotta preface that. Like so far, as far as I know, everyone likes me. I like everyone. There's not a single person there that I don't like.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Which is really good to say.
That's a good thing.
Right? Like we literally went out for drinks the other day or whatever, and like whatever. Had a good time, right? But I've only been there for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm working Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And this was legitimately the day, like when we finished the podcast last week. That night was when this happened. And I've been fucking holding this from you, right?
Okay.
So I had work, I believe, initially was scheduled from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Friday, I was asked, instead of doing 11 to 5 on the Saturday, if I could do 4 until 11, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll work 4 till 11, go home, sleep, and then 11 to 5, I'm in work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up being that I was one of the only people closing that night because 11 a.m. isn't the opening shift. It's like 10 or something. But everyone working that day was either opening or working before noon the next day.
Okay.
So I was one of the later people, so I closed instead, okay? I don't have a problem with that. Now, I have to say, this has never happened to me before. So my work is legitimately right beside the main bus train station in Toronto, right? And I use it to get to work every day, right? About 2 to 3 hours after I got there and I got into work, there was a Blue Jays game where we won an OT, like a come from behind victory in overtime. So there was a lot of people at the restaurant.
Okay.
What I didn't know happened was at the train station, around the same time, there was a shooting.
Oh, jeez.
We're not in America, so it wasn't a mass shooting. It was like, from what I heard, someone accidentally,
accidentally shot someone.
No, like it was like in his pocket or
Sorry.
something, and it accidentally unloaded or whatever.
Okay.
Or maybe he shot. I don't know. Like I could be talking out of my ass. This is what I heard, right? And it did hit somebody, put him in critical condition. I think they're okay. Maybe that I don't
think they accidentally shot somebody.
No, like it seemed like someone was just being a fucking idiot. Or
Okay.
whatever, you know what I mean? And once again, I could be talking out of my ass. It could have been fully targeted or whatever, but this is what I heard from customers because it was like the hour of pretty much. And basically, they shut down the whole station pretty much because the guy hid in the bathroom.
Okay.
And they caught him, right? So the way I see it, okay, they caught the shooter. Everything's gonna reset. We're all good. I finished work at 2 a.m. that day, right? And I'm like, fuck, I gotta be here in 9 hours, right? I gotta get home, shower, sleep, get maybe 6 hours of sleep, and go. Because it takes me like an hour and a bit to go to and from work. So the last train is at 2:12 in the morning. So it's 2 a.m. I'm like, fuck it, I'll have a quick smoke, and then I'll go in and whatever. I'll just hit my train. It's like 2:07, right? I'm like, I got 5 minutes. I open the door's locked. I'm like, God fucking damn it, right?
Yeah.
Someone's walking by. He's like, yeah, the shooting just they closed the whole station down, right? And I'm like, I get that, but I have the phone app and nothing was notified to me that it wouldn't be running. So I don't know what to do.
Uber.
No. See, because the train station was fully closed, all the buses, like from that same thing, were not in use, and it was a Saturday night in Toronto.
So it was like $200 to get home?
$170.
Jesus.
Now, I'm new at this restaurant, so I had a small section. That would have been just a little bit more than what I've made in tips that day.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know what to do. So I go back into the restaurant to like figure it out, talk to my manager because she's still there. She's like, there's a blue line train that starts about 2 blocks down, goes all the way to just away from Toronto, like just the corner of Toronto. And then from there, you can take another bus or you can Uber, whatever. Right? So I'm like, fuck it, I'll take that bus. It gets here at 2:45. Now understand this. It's fully packed within a minute with a bunch of idiots who were drinking all night.
Okay.
And most of them were unsuccessful, so they were upset with life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm just minding my own business. There's some dude in the some hobo, swear to God, in the back, just every 2 seconds, party people. Yes, it's Saturday. You like to party, people.
That's just Toronto for you.
Yeah, 100%. Right? And I'm just pissed off at life because not only did all that happen, I forgot to bring my earphones that one specific day. So I'm listening to all of it. We get off the train at about 3:45 in the morning. Right? So from there, I grab an Uber to the actual train station that I parked at because my car is there. Excuse me. Ended up being like $25 instead.
Mm-hmm.
We're out of Toronto. Okay, fine. Go, get my car, get home. At this point, it's about 4:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm dirty, but I say, fuck showering. I'm tired. I'm only going to sleep for 4 hours because I got to wake up, drink some coffee, and get to work. Right? So all that happens, and I'm like, I have like a few minutes to like calm down because I'm angry and then go to bed. So I put on the TV. My internet isn't working again. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to bed. I'm pissed off. Wake up at around 9:30, I think. And then, once again, grab the train, go. I get to work on time. Fully in uniform, whatever, presentable. Everyone knows I'm tired of shit. And I'm telling everyone the story. My manager comes out, right? And she's like, Jamie, what are you doing here? I'm like, what do you mean what I'm doing here? I'm scheduled 11 to 5. See, what I forgot to say was because I'm new and there was an issue with my email, I wasn't able to get on the app that like shows the schedules for everybody. So I was like manually inputted into the schedule. Now the scheduling manager must have made a mistake or whatever, but she didn't put me in the actual schedule. So my manager looks at me, you're not on the schedule. I'm like, you telling me that I'm free to go? She's like, yeah. First things first, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'd be happy
I don't gotta
too.
work. Then I sit down and I'm like, wait a sec. After all this, right? I barely made any money because of the Uber, the train. I had to buy some food late at night because your boy had been all day. And then sleeping 4 hours, getting there. I feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like physically because like your boy didn't shower and he was
Yeah, I got it.
So I'm spiraling in my head, right? And I'm like, I fucking hate my life right now. Right? I get on the so
This is a long story, bro.
it's a good story though.
Okay.
I get on the train, go home, fall asleep for 6 hours.
Uh-huh.
Right? Get up at like 6, go back to bed at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I work like not the day next, but the day after. I just want to say, fuck the commute to Toronto. Whoever shot that person, fuck you.
Well, this is a jail, bro.
Fuck you. I
know. It's
God you're in
shit.
jail.
It's so shit when like public transit or even just like traffic in general just fucks you over. 100%.
I thought it'd be funny though.
Yeah, it's tough. But why are you mad about it though? Like, why were you like, oh fuck my life, bro?
I was never mad at the restaurant.
No, I know, because it was like a bitch to go back and then not sleep and this.
I was mad because here I thought I would get like a good night's sleep and work 2 shifts in a row or whatever, but it ended up being that I got home so fucking late. I had a headache from all the all the idiots on the bus.
Yeah.
Right. Had to do all this maneuvering at like 4 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get there and they're like, "Oh yeah, you could have slept in fully."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Motherfucker.
Yeah, I got it. Would you say you were stressed though? Because that's kind of gonna lead into my my point here.
For the sake of the argument, for the sake of the point, I was so stressed, man. Like,
Nah, let's say you weren't stressed, but I want to
stressed.
touch on stress maybe a little bit.
I was stressed a little bit about not being able to function while
Right.
being that tired.
Okay, so first of all, that sucks. But you know, you got your shift off, so I guess that's a good thing, right?
Okay.
Anyways, so my parents went on vacation, brother's on vacation, right? So I have like my responsibilities like shot up, right? Because I have like what I have to do, because I have to you know, cook food. I got to
Okay.
I have 2 grandmas, like I gotta take care of them, and like visit them and this and that, like more often than I would when they're here.
Okay.
And then also like because my dad's the CEO, the at work it just like crazy amounts of work, like.
And it kind of falls on you.
Yeah, it not falls on me, but like we just had a very very busy week, right?
Okay.
So I'm talking to a girl that I'm seeing, and then I was telling her that, all right, and she goes, "Oh, like you're probably so stressed, right?" So then I thought about it, and I was like, first of all, I'm not stressed at all, right?
You don't get stressed very
Yeah.
easily.
So that's what I was gonna lead to. I cannot remember the last time that I was like, "Oh, I'm so stressed," because I wasn't ever taught to think that way. So here's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden, you know, responsibilities go up like crazy. Work is crazy busy. I gotta cook food. I gotta fill up gas or whatever the case may be.
You have to do like
I have to
normal
do-
adult things.
Yeah. Like basically living like an adult, pretty much,
Yeah.
right? It was a lot. It is still a lot, but
You got shit to do even though you don't want to do shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when it happened, I was like, okay, yeah, like I have more stuff to do. But I'm just gonna take it as if it's any other thing. I have tasks to do. I'm gonna take it one step at a time. Do this first. Do this second. I'm not just gonna think about it. And this is like what I feel like a lot of people do. Say, oh my god, I have 100 things to do. I'm so stressed. And who thinks like that, bro?
You'd be surprised. Because you ever, like, when you were in elementary school, did a teacher ever tell you, like, this fucking saying? Don't read a full book in a day. Read a chapter a week, and you're going to do it just as well?
Yeah,
It's the same idea with fucking,
exactly
with
the
life.
same.
Like, you're fully... Like, people today have been so taught to, like, when we grew up, there was nothing that we had to do.
Oh.
When our parents were growing up, at the age of 6, they were doing stuff around the house. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Or
they
fucking delivering newspapers.
They
at,
had
like, 8.
minimal responsibility, but it gradually increased.
Yeah.
At a rate that they could pace themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Kids nowadays, like kids our age who are just finishing university, never worked an actual job
Mm-hmm.
because they were just focused on school, which is good for them. But now that they have that, they're like, oh, I have all these million things to do. Like it ties into the restaurant business, but keep going.
Yeah, it's just like my point where it's like, you know, people say I have a million things to do. It's like, you know, one step at a time. And then the thought process of like, oh, I'm so stressed. It doesn't even enter my mind. Like I was like shocked when she asked me that because I was like, when was the last time I said or thought I'm so stressed? And I literally can't like say that. Maybe first year university.
Just a
maybe.
question: Are you talking like short-term stress or long-term stress? It's two different things.
Both, in my opinion.
Because I think I can get short-term stressed, like not easily, but because once again I haven't worked at a restaurant in a few years. Getting put back into the system of like having to be able to handle a million
Mhm.
things, not a million things, but I know you just said that, but like having to handle like 4 or 5 things at once, that can make me a little stressed, but not to the point where like I'm like angsty.
Mm-hmm.
But long-term stress, I don't think I've ever had that.
No, I'm saying short term and long term. Like, I just, it never enters my mind ever. I'm like,
Well, it's a good skill to have where you think like because you think rationally, right?
yeah,
Like I'm gonna bring it back to the serving world because that's the best way to talk about short-term stress. It really is because when it comes, I remember there was like a study. Don't quote me on this, where like serving is the second most stressful job you can get, besides like being a surgeon.
maybe as like a study, yes, but like I feel like if I was a server, I still would never
It's
get
a
stressed.
mindset, is what, like because the way I see it, let's say you have 5 tables, right? 2 of them just sat, 2 of them are eating, 1 of them is like after eating dessert. You have to basically go in your head and be like, okay, what do I do first? What do I do after? All like you have to make a plan, right? And sometimes shit happens where you're taking a bit longer, and that could be the stress or whatever. But you have people to help you around, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's knowing that you have these outlets for people to help you, and like you know that shit's going this way, so you gotta do this.
Yeah,
whatever.
and even if it goes bad, like even if it's like you run through all the things that you need to do in your head, right? You need to get waters for them. You need to ask them. You need to do this. Bro, if I hit 95% of the things on my list and I miss a 5%, I'm okay with that. You know, like I won't get stressed over it that I missed the 5%, right?
It's like those people in high school who got like literally fucking the highest of 90s in their school and were stressed about exams. I'm like, dude, you're getting high 90s.
Yeah, like relax.
Like there's almost nothing better that you can do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's people that like strive perfection, let's say.
Good for them.
And then I feel like people like that think, oh, I have 100 things to do. I need to do it all 100%, right? But it's like you can't really do everything 100%.
You have to prioritize.
Yeah, prioritize and just like kind of relax, I guess.
I think it's a beautiful thing to think about because like I don't think, sorry, that was jumbled. I think it's beautiful to like prioritize stuff in your life because I don't think that kids our age are doing it at all. And what I mean by that is everyone's like, I gotta get a good job. Everything about their life has to be either work or family, let's say, right? Or friends. But people don't take the individual thing and prioritize it. What do I mean by that? Now, in my opinion, work is first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Family is tied with them for first or whichever way.
I would say family first.
You don't, no, you don't like. I mean, in the terms of like shit that you have to do on a daily basis, and then you prioritize. Okay, I have this amount of hours left to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to work out? Do I want to make food? Do I want to just chill and do fucking nothing? Or do I want to play video games? Do I want to go to a live event? Those are all lower priorities. As long as you knock out those top 2, whatever your free time is, you do whatever you want after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way you keep your fucking mental health.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, for example, like my week now consisted of like, okay, I cooked on the weekend. Then I went to work during the week. After work, I went to my grandma's.
Yep.
After my grandma's, I went to the gym. After the gym, planned something with a girl, right? If I look at that as a whole thing, that's a lot of things. Like, so the whole day is worth every day.
You're doing something at every specific hour.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're not doing nothing.
Yeah, but like, if you just take it step by step, it's
It
like,
gets
okay,
easier.
it's okay. I'm driving home from work. Okay, I'm gonna stop by my grandma's, chill for an hour.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna drive home. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna relax for half an hour.
Okay, relax. You're not gonna eat. You went to your grandmother's house. She's gonna feed you.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever.
We all know how the
know what
babushkas be.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. I think before we like move on, like I think it's good to say that I think kids nowadays have more things to do, not including work, than any other generation, right? Because now, especially in our area, there's so much expectation on you that not even your family puts onto you, right? It's just societal stuff like no matter what, you need an amazing job. If you don't make 6 figures now, you're fucked, right?
Yeah,
when we were growing up, teachers would literally say, "You're making $60K a year, you're good." That's not possible nowadays. Like it's possible, but it's very
it's tough. Yeah,
you need 2 incomes at that point, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, like all the society stuff with like everything on the internet and all that bullshit, it really adds a mental toll. And then even on top of that, they gotta get into a good school. They gotta like, and getting into a normal school now, you need a minimum like 85 average. When for us it was like a 75 average.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot more unattainable. You have to work really hard. I get that. But you gotta understand that the work you put in is gonna come back after. You're gonna be rewarded in some way as long as you keep your head down and fucking work. So stop being I'm not saying stop being stressed, but make sure that you understand why you're stressed and it's a good reason, and make sure that you're being positive about it. I think that's a good way to end it off.
Yeah, I actually had a thing on motivational speeches as well that I wanted to talk about.
Andrew Tate's my guy.
No, not Andrew Tate. So completely off topic first, but I'll tie it in. So sometimes like I'll see people, not I don't see people, but when people faint, just completely off topic, like they faint, oh, I fainted, right? Right?
They do it.
Right? I always thought like if I were to ever faint, I would catch myself. I wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't allow it, bro. It'd be like I'm fading, and I just caught myself, you know? Anyways, so yesterday, a girl came over. We went to the hot tub, right? And she wanted to stay like long time. She wasn't hot. I was hot. Like I was ready to get out, but she wanted to stay, so I like fought it, right? And I stayed in the hot tub a little longer than I should have.
Okay.
Right? I got out. I was like really hot, right? Then when I walked into my house is blasting AC, right? Like my house is cold. So the change in temperature.
Yeah, your blood dropped.
Yeah, boom. Oh my God. I got so nauseous I thought I was going to throw up, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, my head starts spinning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like going to go shower at this point. So she's like, ooh, look at me, right? And I'm like, I wasn't giving her
TMI, but okay.
Yeah, I wasn't giving her any attention because I'm like, I might faint, right? So she's like, you don't want to take it off or whatever, and I was like, no, right? So, anyways, we go to my bathroom. Now, my bathroom, I don't know what it is, but the AC in my house is the strongest in my bathroom. Like, it's the coldest in my bathroom versus anywhere else in my house.
Okay.
So I go in the shower and I'm like, I need to sit down, right? I sit down, head starts spinning, and I'm like, I might faint, right?
Did you say this?
No, I was just like, I feel weak, or I don't remember what I said, but she knew, like, she was good. She was good about it. She stayed calm. She was like giving me water and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like sit. I have like a ledge in my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on that, and I was like, fuck, I gotta like go on the floor, right?
Yeah.
So I was sitting on the floor. And I was like, I can't faint, right? I'll catch
You're
myself,
a man. You're
right?
a man.
Right? So, right? I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm a man. I can't faint, bro. Right? So,
You can't do that.
yeah, right? I can. Oh, all right. So, I'm like, okay, what do I do in this situation? I start thinking about, right, for this, you know, Joey Diaz?
Yeah.
I heard a motivational speech that he did. I listened to it like yesterday.
Okay.
And he was saying like, you look in that mirror and you think you're a bad motherfucker. You're a soldier, right? Like nothing phases you, all this stuff, right? That's what I'm thinking about. Like, so I don't faint, right? But it fucking worked, bro. I was on the ground. I was like thinking, I'm like, I'm a fucking soldier, you know, all this stuff. And then I got back on my feet and I was good.
Can I tell you what?
Yeah.
I have a great story for this actually, because I have fainted before.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might know about this, but
I do.
when I was growing up, like when we lived together, like first of all, my bathroom in my old house was like elite.
Mm-hmm.
What do I mean? So me and my brother's room were connected by the bathroom, right? If we had to go, there was 2 doors you closed, but there was a third door, and the third door was specifically the shitter and the sink.
And the shower.
The bath, shower. Yeah, English is hard. So you could literally, someone could be showering, and I could be like doing washing my face, brushing my teeth, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was a kid, I don't know what it was. I loved baths.
Okay.
I don't know why, right? I would go in and I would put the shit all the way the hottest. I'm fucking like 10, 12 years old, right? And I would be in there for like half an hour. I would get up, wash myself off, and I would get dizzy, right? But the thing is, my bed is like right there. What I would do is I'd run to my bed, lie down for a few minutes, like with my towel on me, get up, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I stopped taking baths around the time I moved here, but there was one night I just want to take a bath. I think I had like a long day. I was like, I don't want to fucking stand up. I want to lie down in the shower. I do the same thing. Have my phone on me. I'm in there for like 45 minutes, literally just watching like David Dobrik videos because I was so into David Dobrik at that point, right? Get up. I feel like the weakness in my knees. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just finish doing what I'm doing and then I'll go to my room, whatever. I get outside my bathroom. Like my bathroom right now is beside my parents' bedroom. Their door is open, so I open my door. I'm in my towel, right? And I'm about to walk, and all of a sudden I can't move. Like, you ever stand up quickly and like your eyes go a little blurry?
Nah, but like your head spins or whatever.
Yeah. So I had that. I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna pass. Give me a sec. But then it doesn't stop, and I can't see in front of me, right? It's like my eyes are closed, but they're open. And I'm like, something's wrong. So my parents are lying down. I'm like, Abba? He's like, yeah? He's like, he sounds worried because I was just standing there. I'm like, come here for a sec, please. He jumps out of bed, and he catches me as I fall.
Jeez. Superman, bro.
I didn't Joey Diaz this, you know what I mean?
You didn't catch yourself.
Now, my dad was in the Israeli army, right?
Yeah.
So he knows that when you faint, like when someone faints, you put them lying down, you put their legs up, so that way the blood all flows to their head.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I was only in a towel.
Okay.
So, rewind. My dad pulls me into his room.
Yeah.
Throws me on the bed, and lifts my legs up, and then he's like, "Oh wait, you have no underwear."
He puts it back down. It's like that. You'll be fine.
And my mom's freaking out, right?
Yeah.
And I come back to, and I'm like, "What just happened? Like, you fainted?" And I'm like, "Oh." And then I look down, my towel fell off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, this is
It's naked.
So I'm just like,
yeah." Don't look.
I'm like, it was a shower, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, give me the towel right now. My dad gives me the towel, whatever is on me. My mom calls 911.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, can you get an ambulance over here? My son just fainted. Is he back? He's back too, but we obviously gotta check him out. And I'm fucking waking up. I still can't see fully straight. My brother, he went out.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's like, I'm calling Jordan, my brother. I literally look at her. I'm like, mother, give me the fucking phone. I'm going to tell Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, why? Because you're going to scare the shit out of him. No, I'm not. She's like freaking out, right? My mom is terrible at giving bad news. Like my dad, he wasn't feeling well one day, so he went to the doctors. I come home. My mom is like, Jamie, don't be alarmed. Your father's in the hospital. I'm like, well, for what for? Oh, we had a headache today. I'm like, you fucking crazy. Okay? You just say he's all good. He has a headache. He's going to go check it out. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's bad at telling these things.
Yeah. You know what? Like, my mom's the same.
It's a mother's thing.
Where they get so concerned, even though it's like probably nothing.
So she's on the phone with my brother and like, give me the fucking phone. I'm screaming at her while I'm coming to. She's like, no. She tells my brother, we're taking your brother to the hospital. Something's wrong.
Something's wrong?
My brother.
Sounds so bad.
I don't even know if I should be saying this.
Uh-huh.
Okay. My brother was out with his friends, right? He gets in the car. He's like, which hospital are you going to? The hospital near the house, right? He's going like bucking it down the street. Mm-hmm. My brother, like, he's the most like, and he's not atheist per se, but he doesn't give a shit about religion. Mm-hmm. He doesn't believe in God, whatever. He's praying as he's going 150 kilometers. He told me this.
Okay.
He was literally like barely looking at the road, just please God, like if you're a real thing, let my brother be okay. All because my mom can't fucking give a story straight.
There's something wrong. Jamie's in the hospital.
Jamie's going to the hospital. So the ambo guys come, and I'm like sort of like back there, so I'm standing up.
Yeah.
Like I put on clothes before they get there. You know what I mean? Like whatever. So they take me in the ambulance just to make sure I'm all good. I'm all good, right? I just fainted because it was so hot in the bath, and then it was so cold out. It's your blood pressure drops, right? That's what it was. Right?
That's what happened to me too.
Same thing. I'm just saying I didn't have the Joey Diaz talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the whole story. Where my mom needs to learn how to give information better.
Yeah. My mom's the same way. Where it's like any little thing, she's like, "Oh my God, so bad."
The thing is, even my dad does that now. Like
my dad doesn't do that.
Like here, so I don't know if I'm gonna give you another good story. I'm not sure if I told this in the podcast, but my dad at one point got hit by a car. Mm-hmm. Not car accident. He got hit by a car. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, what a fucking soldier. Not a scratch on him. He dented the car. Yeah. I'm dead ass. Right?
He's a tank.
So maybe I'll get into the story a bit later, but basically it should have been me that got hit. But he switched. So because he was on the job, he wanted me to work with the other guy. So he took someone else. Right? And the guy was just listening to my dad. My dad telling him to do shit. So my dad's cleaning the fucking ground or whatever because it was a little dirty. And he got hit by a fucking car. Right? So my parents call me 3 times in a row, but each time they hang up after like a ring. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. Right? So then they call my boss and they tell him what happened, but they told him not to tell me.
Okay.
So I'm spiraling, right? They called me, but when I picked up the phone, they would hang up, and then they called him, and he's not allowed to tell me what's going on. So I'm freaking out. So after like half an hour, they finally pick up my call. Jamie, don't be scared. Which, by the way, never say that.
Yeah, don't start with that.
Never start with that, because I'm going to get scared. Okay? your father's in the hospital. I'm like, what the fuck for? I saw him 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
He got hit by a car. What, a car accident? No, he went flying because a fucking old lady hit him, backing up her car at 30 kilometers an hour. He went flying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm freaking the fuck out, right? And they're telling me to keep working.
You can't.
What the fuck you want me to keep working, right?
You can't do it.
So I'm spiraling the whole day. I get home. He's still at the hospital, but my mom came home. Oh, yeah, he just, he has a bit of an issue with his back. Nothing broken. I'm like, so why didn't you say that?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off as soon as you answer the phone. Jamie, your dad got hit by a car. Seems to be okay, but he's in the hospital. And that's it.
That's
right?
way
Not
better.
like you're not gonna like the snooze. And then I'm like thinking like, oh my god, fuck it.
The second you say that, I'm like, someone's dying.
Yeah. Same like with the doctors, bro. I don't want to hear like, so like this is good and this is good, but
Just fucking tell me.
just fucking. Am I dying, bro? That's like when I pick up the phone, I want to say, am I dying? And then you just give it to me straight up, bro.
Yeah, straight up. Like when I fainted and the guy is like telling me what's going on, I'm like, dude, am I okay or not?
Yeah.
Don't tell me this. Don't give me the story. Just say, am I good or not? Yeah, you're good. You will be fine. So why are you fucking going on about it?
Yeah, I don't
The
get
only
it.
time you should go on about it is trying to tell me that I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
That's the only time that you should be going on and on. That way I can like think that it's gonna happen and then it happens. So I'm not just like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't understand, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna what's it called? This is gonna be great. There's one thing that's really good about dudes who grew up in the 80s who listen to metal.
Why?
They fucking rip the Band-Aid. Okay? Like, you ever see those guys? They all have the weird, like, black line tattoos around their arm. I don't know what it's called. It's like almost tribal in a sense. Those guys will tell you anything straight up.
That's how it should be.
Like, they're going to be like, I fucking hate you. Or, like, you're not in a good place right now.
Yeah.
They don't, whatever. But speaking of those douchebags. So, I don't know if you know the band Rage Against the Machine. Which, by the way, I don't care if you like metal or not. You need to try them out.
Okay.
They're a 90s band. Fucking dope. You ever play Guitar Hero back in the day? Guitar Hero 3? You remember?
I was a Rock Band guy. Rock Band was more lit.
No, Guitar Hero was the pioneer. Whatever. If you played Guitar Hero 3, you know who Tom Morello is.
Okay.
He is the lead guitarist of this band. That's where he, like, whatever. He's fucking crazy. But they're super political, anti-government 90s metal. Okay? That's a good way to explain it. They're doing a reunion show after 11 years, right? It was supposed to be like 3 years ago, but then COVID happened, whatever. Right? Reunion tour, sorry. They have 2 shows in Toronto. One was on Thursday, one's today. Okay? As I said, where I work, beside the arena. It was a Thursday, and I've never seen this packed before. But it was all dudes either bald or with super long hair.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that they're metal fans.
Okay.
Right? I go to the host section. I say, hey, if it looks like any of these dudes are ready to start a fight at any single moment, put them in my section. They're going to love me.
Okay. Okay.
So the reason why I say this is because I love Rage Against the Machine, right? So
Uh-huh.
I can, you know what I mean? If you're personable with the customer, they love you. Right? So I see his father come with 2 kids. And I see the father has the tattoos. I'm like, there's no fucking way. It just has to be a coincidence he's coming this day. I go to them. I'm like, hey, you going to the Rage concert? The kids are like, yeah, we're so excited. The kids are like 13 and 10 years old.
Okay.
Their last tour was when these kids were infants.
Oh.
Okay? That's like a good telling of the story. I look at the dad. I'm like, you got him in? They're like, yeah. I just give him props right there. I'm like, you're a fucking man, right? That's fucking dope.
So here's my thing, bro. I feel like when I have kids, I'm gonna not make them listen to like the music that I like.
You're going to make them cultured.
But bro, the music today, garbage in my opinion. A lot of it, not all
You're
of
talking
it.
mainstream.
Mainstream music, bro. I honestly cannot understand how people listen to it. Like the top, some songs are okay, but so many of them are literally the fucking exact same thing over and over. 4-beat bar, different notes, and then someone saying like about a girl or something like that.
Look,
It's so fucking bad.
there is some artists in the mainstream that I fucking think are dope as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ed Sheeran is dope. I
Ed
think
Sheeran's good.
Dua Lipa is okay. Like, I think Bieber has his moments. Whatever. But you're right. They're like, if you want to be into music, you gotta try everything, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm telling these kids is, I'm like, have you ever been to a metal concert before? Our first one at Scotiabank Arena, right? I look at them. I'm like, do what your dad tells you to do, so you don't get lost or anything happens. But you're gonna learn today that you can push somebody and they're gonna love it. They're like, what?
See, I don't get that.
I'm like, you're also gonna learn that if you climb on someone's back, they're gonna pick you up and put you on someone else's back. And they're like, what? I'm like, it's called crowd surfing. You're gonna love it. These kids are like 90 pounds, right? Going to a rage concert with like 200, 300 pound beats. They're gonna get flown, okay, to the front.
Listen, I just wouldn't want that.
See, I know, but it's different.
That's like you need to have the personality for that. I don't ever want to just go somewhere and just get pushed around. Doesn't matter what the scenario is.
Let me ask you a question. Have you been to a rap concert?
I went to Kanye.
Okay. So I know it's not the same thing.
And J. Cole.
Yeah. But you're not a rap fan per se.
I was then.
Yeah. But like you did what everyone else did, which is like the jump up and down, like scream the words.
Yeah.
Whatever. Have you been to an EDM festival?
No.
Or have you been to what kind of concert have you been to?
I haven't been to many.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think even if you're not a big fan of metal or EDM or rap or pop or whatever, excuse me one sec, you should go to at least one concert of each genre. And this is why. You don't have to be a metal fan or screaming or whatever. There is something for you there though, no matter what, right? But you have to try out the live scenario just to see what the hype's all about, right?
There's not much hype though with metal.
Oh, there is. Metal,
there is, but not in the mainstream.
there is a little bit. You just don't. You have to sort of look for it. Like Bring Me the Horizon, I Prevail, A Day to Remember.
Yeah.
Like those are bands that you may know a song or two, but they have like hundreds of millions of views, right? Like Bring Me the Horizon has a song with Ed Sheeran, right?
Okay.
Like shit like that, right? So what I'm saying is, I've been to a rap concert, a top 50s concert. I've been to EDM. I've been to metal. I've never been to country, but I want to try country, right?
Yeah, country's growing in popularity.
Yeah, of course. But like I want to try every single one. Why? I love a metal concert. Like I love the aspects. Like I can get in the zone where I'm fucking moshing. I'm 200 pounds. Not 200. I'm actually way less now than I ever did. 170 right now. 178.
Jeez.
178. I'm crowd surfing. You know what I mean? Fucking hoisting people up on my shoulders and shit. Like I'm having a blast, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there is something that you should try. Like what I wanted to get people into is like just try one metal concert. Not a super heavy metal, but try it out.
But
I'm taking you to one. I have 7 concerts in the next 6 weeks.
that's too much, bro.
Well, one's Bill Burr. Don't forget.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. I mean, I don't know. I always say that I'm going to, but then I don't. Completely off topic though. Something that happened at the gym.
Oh my fucking hate you. You have to hit the quota. Go for it.
So, I'm working out. Whatever. I'm at a machine. Not a machine. It's like the cables, but then on the sides, there's also like the lat pull down thing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a big thing, and there's a lot of guys working out beside me. Right. And then, I go to the gym and see the regulars. Right. So I'm like friendly with them. All of a sudden, a guy walks in and starts working out in front of our view. So just so happened that we were all facing the same way. All the lat pull downs, the rows, all the stuff, they were all facing the same way. So we all were kind of had the same view. This guy walks in, starts working out in front of us. He's wearing booty shorts. Like full on booty shorts, bro. Not like short shorts. Like literally like what a girl would wear to like show off her ass. I don't
Do you see bottom ass cheek lining?
No bottom ass cheek, but it was close, bro.
Oh my god.
So I noticed it, right?
Of course.
How can you not? So I was just like, I saw it and I was like, that's so questionable, right? But I don't say anything, right? Then I'm like looking around to see if the other guys have noticed it too, right? Because maybe it's just me. I don't fucking know, right?
Maybe you just caught a glimpse and you're like, ooh.
Yeah. So, whatever. I do another set, and then that guy makes a comment to another guy. He goes, "What are those?" Right? So I'm like, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right? So we all start looking around, and I just thought it was so funny that it's like. We all didn't say anything at first, and I think it's because we didn't want to be like,
a douchebag?
You see, no, I think we didn't want to say, bro, you see that guy's ass?
You were just in a silent agreement that
Yeah,
you all saw it. Yeah.
But then after a while, we were like, yeah, it's there. It's prominent. Because, bro, this guy was like fucking squatting, stretching in front of us. Is like showing off his ass pretty much.
See, normally I wouldn't like care if he was in booty shorts, but the thing is, I know exactly what machine you're talking about. Where basically it's no matter what, you can't move the machine. It's like standing in the ground,
there.
and it's two separate machines connected to each other. Right?
Yes, with cables.
With cables and everything.
Yeah.
So you can't move it, and you're doing your exercise, and you have to be looking that direction no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude just unironically gets like 2 feet in front of you, and just with no pants on, pretty much, just starts putting his ass in your face.
Yeah. I mean, he was fully gay, but that's okay. That's okay, you know. Do what you want. I just think like it wasn't appropriate for the gym.
Oh, that was great. Yo, he was gay, but it's okay, you know.
I just think it wasn't appropriate for the gym, you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah. You see that video on TikTok where the girl literally takes off her shirt? Dude, like, trainer just looks at her, looks back, and then she's like, "What's your problem?"
Oh my god.
And she starts like arguing with him and calling him a creep and a perv, and she slows the video down so that it looks like he was looking at her for like a few seconds. When he did this, straight up.
Yeah, I don't get it, bro. Like,
look, this is a problem that both guys and girls have, but it's a predominant female issue, right? You go to a gym, right? And I think that part of the issue is actually the gym related, because a lot of popular gyms make female only sections where it just kind of it makes people think like, oh, if you go to the gym and you're not in the female only section, you're gonna get perved on, right? I think that's a big issue.
I didn't think about it like that.
The first time I saw that, I'm like, I get that like they have their own space to work out, but the second they come out, they're gonna feel like we're just.
See, because there was a female only section in my university gym.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always like, it was an open space, and then in certain times they'll close the doors, and that's when you know it's like for females only.
Yeah.
So I felt like even when the doors were open and you can use the machines, it's like you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Almost. Even though it's a free space, bro, I can do whatever.
Oh, 100%. But I'm like, especially when I went to like the LA Fitness, where like everyone's fucking jacked out of their mind. Like, there's girls will come wearing, and I'm sorry, and I have to say this, the most revealing clothing I've ever seen. Like,
some of them.
Like the ones that are trying to go hard. Like, they're literally wearing like barely a bra and the most colorful pants that literally.
They wear the crop tops and short shorts.
But like you can see the lining of the bottom lining of their ass. Like it's like still hanging below.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not there to fucking stare at you or anything like that. But when you're in my general area, because every person, they don't just look at their machine the whole time. You're looking around, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
You're gonna see like the most colorful shit and be like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then like you'll look and be like, oh, I can't be a creep. I gotta look away. It's like
facts, bro. That's actually facts.
Like, I've seen girls call out dudes for looking at them, and I'm looking at them like, you're giving off a double signal here, where you don't want to be looked at, but why is it that I can see half of your ass even though you have pants on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you're not supposed to look.
If I go out in public,
yeah, you can't tell me where to look.
In the middle of winter,
yeah, in
a jock strap,
yeah,
you're gonna look at my fucking like. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?" And at least glimpse. You see, am I gonna catch someone glimpsing, bro? Why are you looking at my dick, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I'm sorry, I'm wearing that. Like, this is actually a great segue, by the way. Like, you're sending out these weird mixed signals, and you want me to not look at you, but you're making it like, even if I glimpse at you, I'm a perv.
Yeah, it's not even that I only look at girls too. Like, I'll judge a guy based on what he's wearing also. Yeah. Or how much he's lifting, let's say.
Yeah, like, but the thing is, you're not a perv because it's a dude and you're straight.
I'm just looking around, bro, you know?
Yeah.
I see a girl, I see a guy, I see this, I see that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why. There is a lot of these subjects that are about women in a sense that I feel like there are these double standards, and this is a great one. It's the WNBA, okay?
Okay.
I'm bringing it up. I know we talked about it before, but so as I said, Bill Burr's coming to Toronto, and he's been doing an arena tour. Mm-hmm. There was leaked audio of one of his segments, which I wish I didn't see because it's so funny, and I know in person I would have cried. Mm-hmm. Right? He's talking about the WNBA, right? He literally says, men sponsor the NBA pays the WNBA so they can run because they're not making any money. But then the WNBA is saying, why are men not watching us? And then he's like, men are watching men play sports. Where are the women watching the women's sports?
Yeah.
Have you ever had this conversation with a girl, especially at the peak of like the WNBA pay thing, where women are like, yeah, you guys don't support the WNBA as like you should because it's a fair league, which it is, I guess, right? Have you ever looked at them and be like, when did you buy a ticket?
I have never like had this conversation really, but besides here,
I literally sort of like broke up with a girl over this.
Ah.
Or I mean, she broke it off, and I was like, thank God, right?
Yeah.
But like, nice girl, right? And
no, I know what you mean, bro. Like, what it comes down to, I think, is, let's even take skill out of the equation. Like, you can argue that the guys are more skilled, women are more skilled, whatever. Let's take it even out of the equation.
Yeah.
The men are just more athletic. They jump higher, right? They're dunking all the time, right? That's just more exciting, Just someone like, would you rather watch Usain Bolt race or like college people race, right? Like I'd watch Usain Bolt,
Yeah.
He's breaking records. They're like doing some crazy shit.
Can I give you some anecdotal story? So I was working with my neighbor doing construction, and after a shift, I was like, let's go get some food at like a wing spot. We go there. He's at the bar, drinking, whatever. I'm driving, obviously. And in front of us is the TV, and the TV is, it's a high school basketball tournament for the best men and women, right? Obviously different like sections. But at this point, it's USA women versus some European women's whatever. I'm not joking. 4 quarters. Or maybe it was 2 halves, whatever. Halfway through the game, the score, 21-16.
Okay.
Okay. And not only that, I'm waiting.
But high school guys only score like 60 or 70. They don't go to the triple digits, bro.
I know, but you like, okay, you're right, 100%.
Like it's 60 or 70 versus 40 or 50.
Yeah. But now I'm watching this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for my food. I watched 6 minutes of in-game time. 1 free throw was made in the 6 minutes. They missed every shot.
Yeah.
And like, not just like, oh, like it hit the rim and out. Layups were being missed. 3-pointers were like hitting backboard and that's it. And I'm like, tell me why.
Yeah.
You want me to watch this? When I think a legitimate high school basketball team in LA can smoke a WNBA team.
Like, I would say that, yeah, they could.
Like, give me that Chino Hills team with the 3 Ball brothers when LaMelo's in 8th grade. Not even 9th grade, 8th grade.
2 NBA, future NBA players on
Yeah, but LaMelo's in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Well, 9th grade, but like he was supposed to be in 8th grade. Lonzo's obviously Lonzo, and then LiAngelo's fucking balling. But tell me why a 9th grader, who's not even a 9th grader, I would pick over almost any WNBA starter. And the reason I would say this is because I don't know any of them besides like Diana Taurasi or Skylar Diggins.
Candace Parker?
Yeah, I think she retired.
No, I swear she's like stuck in Russia or something.
No, okay, you're talking about the girl who said she could beat Boogie Cousins in a one-on-one.
What's her? Brittany Grimer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to jail for like 20 years apparently.
That's so crazy, bro. You know what she had in her bag?
Some weed oil.
She had the fucking vape that we make. Not ours specifically, but like she had one of those. And you're going to jail for 20 years?
Look, that's Russia's rules, and like that's stupid as fuck.
It's insane.
But why are you going to Russia and you're not double checking your bags to make sure you're good?
Yeah.
She goes there every year to play when the WNBA is not over. So you would think that she would be smart enough to not have anything.
To not smuggle drugs.
Even accidentally.
Yeah.
Right?
Every time I go somewhere, I always like triple check my bags.
Yeah. Like the dumbest thing I've ever done, legitimately probably ever done, was when I went to Israel when I was like 19 years old, let's say. And I forgot to get like a disposable vape because I was vaping at that time. And the vape I had was the shape of a gun. Now, I'm a dumbass 19-year-old, right?
Yeah.
And I got stopped at Canadian security, not Israeli, right? Because the Canadians said it's okay, and then Israelis, they saw the report, it's fine, whatever. And I'm a kid, right?
Right.
So I literally show them, like, hey, it's a vape. I literally click the button, and I show them the batteries because it comes out like a magazine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's so stupid, though.
I preface, I'm like, hey, the battery's going to come out of the bottom. Don't be alarmed. whatever. I'm just gonna show you. And I click the button. It comes out batteries. And then I show them the vape juice. It's a vape, right? So in Israel, they don't check me because they already know it. And like anytime I go through security, I have the vape on me and I'm smoking it in front of them, so they know it's a vape, right?
Okay.
I'm a dumbass, like
Yeah.
18, 19-year-old, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably 18 to be honest. She is like in her 30s or
Mhm.
maybe late 20s. I don't know, whatever. Professional. I'm a dumbass, and I learn from it. And now every time I go on an airplane, I double check everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're telling me
Yeah.
she doesn't check her shit to make sure that she's good? Like you don't have more than $10,000 or something because you're gonna get fined, or like weed stuff or anything like that. Like come on. And,
Nah, it's so stupid. So
and,
just bring
and,
drugs.
and then the argument came out. So she's supposed to be in jail.
I saw that.
She might go to jail for like 15 years,
Yeah.
20 years or whatever, which I think is fucking stupid, right? It's a little bit of weed oil. I get that.
Mhm.
Whatever. Feminists come out if it was an NBA player.
If it was LeBron James.
Please, if it was LiAngelo Ball. Because LiAngelo Ball got Donald Trump to get him out of Japan or some shit, right? Then they'd be home already.
Yeah.
And I'm like, does she make the WNBA that much money?
Nope.
That's a joke, by the way. Relax. She shouldn't be in jail she shouldn't be going to jail at all. But I'm like, and I kind of get that argument in a sense, where it's like if it was a male counterpart in the same predicament, they'd be helped out.
I think so. Yeah.
But that doesn't stop the fact that you shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Nah, you shouldn't have. It's just a stupid thing to do.
Once again, it's like wearing booty shorts and getting mad that someone's looking at your booty.
Yeah, exactly. Now speaking of Trump,
What did he do?
it's not what he did, bro. I was buying food or something. There was a TV there, so I was like watching the news. Something happened in the U.S. Whatever. I don't really know what happened, but they started blaming Trump for it. And what I noticed was that they say President Trump as if he's still president.
Did they say former President Trump?
Nope. President Trump. President Trump. Every time they said Trump, they would say President Trump. They were blaming him, but I was like, I thought that was so weird, bro. I'm like, he's not the president.
Do you know how far gone fucking news is now, especially in America?
Yeah.
Well, everywhere, but like I'm talking like specifically America. Notice how when he was in power, every single issue in the world was his fault.
And now he's not in power. It's still his fault.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. What the hell? Like,
Notice
what's
how
happening?
besides like the right wing who are willing to speak up, no one's talking about the dumb shit that fucking the dementia patient is doing. What's his name? Biden.
Yeah.
That he's doing. I barely know his fucking name.
Yeah.
Like, he's done some stupid shit. Like the whole fucking thing with going out of Iraq and the Taliban taking over. That was his fault, right? And in a few days, it's taken over.
But they'll blame Trump for it, which I don't understand. And you know what I think?
They'll blame Trump because he saw fucking Kim Jong-un once.
No, I think they're blaming Trump because I think he's gonna run again, and they're afraid he's gonna win.
I hope he does. I hope he does because no matter what you can say,
He's better than Biden.
well, I agree. At least when he was in power, I was entertained by the stupid shit.
Yeah. It became a reality show.
Look, if Dwayne Johnson ran for president, he would hit. He would at the very least, he would be in the top 2, right? And people would vote for him.
Nah, you wouldn't be top 2.
I'm saying like he would be elected by whatever party he is, and he would be
Maybe.
he would be in the final, whatever it's called. Like it's like a reality show at this point, right? He would easily be close, because nowadays it's just who can entertain us the most,
Yep.
right? And Dwayne Johnson, he won't even say anything, but he'll do a movie about being the president. Like it'll be like that movie White House Down,
Yes.
where like the fucking where the White House gets like invaded.
Yeah.
He would do a movie like that while being the actual president. And I'd be like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the reason it's so fucked up, and my brother was telling me this, is like when they have those debate shows, bro, with like the two candidates who are gonna be the president, they ask them questions and then they're like, you have 2 minutes to answer, and it's like, how do you solve COVID, bro? You're gonna give me an answer in 2 minutes of how to solve COVID? It's like there's no chance.
And and half the time, the other guy's just screaming at you saying you're wrong.
Exactly, bro. He's like, you're wrong. And he's like, let me finish. And then it's like, time's up. Next question. It's like, it's purely for entertainment.
Dude, I absolutely, like, Canada's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you watch, like, when it's the 5 of them, you can't get anything done.
Yeah.
Right? But when it's just, like, when it was Hillary and Trump, I legitimately thought it was like an ex-high school couple just going at it in the cafeteria. Like, look at your DMs, you bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a fucking lying piece of shit.
Like, no, you're going to jail for the emails.
And you told people and you told men that you would grab girls by the pussy.
Yeah.
And it's like, where is the politics in this?
Yeah, that is.
That's what's wrong with you, America. And you're making Canadians just as bad because we follow in your fucking footsteps, man. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking idiots. I'm sorry. Like,
the world's just a shit show.
you know what?
Actually, not the world, bro. Just like.
No, even over there, bro. Like the middle, like Israel right now is in a fucked situation with politics. I don't know if you saw that. What's it called?
I saw.
After fucking like being combined in office for like 20, 30 years, our like Israel's president steps like he finally loses because of like a weird coalition thing, and the dude who took him over was changing a rule that was coming into place, and all of Israel sent him death threats. Apparently, someone mailed him a bullet that was meant for his head because he changed the rule, and now he's stepping down. We're all fucked, dude. I'm not like Israel's
it's fine.
I probably shouldn't have went that far because now my family's gonna get mad at me.
I think this is one of the reasons that I want to be rich. You know,
You don't want these normal people problems.
I just want to, like, you know, when something goes wrong in the world, I'll just go fly to my island, chill there for like 2 months, hire a chef, you know, do my thing, and then when it comes kind of back to normal, I'll go back. You know,
All I want in this world is to have enough money and have a conservative person in power. That way I know I'm not losing any more money from taxes and shit. Like, for the most part.
Fucked. Stock market's fucking so shit.
Yeah, right now it's in shambles because everything is still, I don't know how, but everything is still hit by COVID.
It's inflation too.
Aren't we? We're like in a record inflation of like 9-10% or something. I'm sure that, right?
It's 7.7.
Speaking of stupid inflation, I went to a restaurant yesterday. I already told you this.
Yes.
So, my family are foodies, right? We love going to expensive places to the point where, like, when we go out as a family, I am the youngest person being served in the restaurant because it's either people on dates or old people, but usually almost never more than 2 people, right? It's a cool privilege that I think I have. We go to a steakhouse, right? Us 4 and our neighbor, who's like our business partner, whatever. My steak alone. Actually, no, I'm going to start off with this. If I wanted a side order of sweet fries, it would have costed $17. For $17, I want a buffet of sweet fries.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, where I work, you want sweet fries, it's an additional $2.50.
Yep.
Okay? My steak was a filet mignon because I like the prime part of it, whatever. 12 ounces, bacon wrapped. Ask me how much it cost.
$80.
Okay, I was hoping you would just ask if I can say it. Like $84.
Yeah.
Okay? I had 2 drinks, 2 amaretto sours. $20 each. Okay. The bill for 5 of us was like the biggest bill I've ever seen at a restaurant. $800 almost, including the tip. Now, the Caesar salad was $30, but they make it in front of you, right? I'm sorry, don't make it in front of me. I'll pay $15 for it, right?
I'll pay less if you just whip it up in the back.
I don't care that you're doing it. Like, I'm not watching you. I know it's old school where it's like people are doing stuff in front of you and it's all fancy and whatever. Like, they told my brother to take his hat off when he came in the restaurant. My brother's balding, okay? He always wears that hat when he goes out. And they're like, just take it off. And he's like, you fuckers. Our neighbor is a cowboy. He looks like Jesus.
No, I don't think they can't like tell someone.
It's dress code.
Yeah, but I feel like a cowboy hat is it's like a yarmulke, bro.
It's like a kippah?
Yeah.
That's amazing. But he takes it off and he looks like he shaved the beard, but he has the hair and the ponytail and everything. And he's 6'8". He could be Jesus. Okay? So it's like weird things like that I don't get. But the price of $800, and me alone, I costed my dad $200. I didn't know. I don't know how I had 2 drinks. Everyone had appetizers. I had a French onion soup. I had my steak. I had a coffee, and I had literally ice cream, like just a scoop of ice cream. $200.
It's insane, bro.
Now,
You just notice it though. Like every restaurant you go now, it's like you're not leaving without paying like $30 at least. Even the cheap ones. Yeah.
Yeah. This is how you know inflation is fucked right now. Like a week ago, my parents celebrated their anniversary. They went to a restaurant that we went to on like my 19th birthday. Like a 30 floor restaurant, Toronto. Nice place. Obviously gonna be expensive, but we get it. Now they give my dad the machine to pay. Puts his credit card in. First option is, how much would you like to tip? The first option was 20%. 25, 30. Sorry, 25, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind is like, first option should be 20%?
Crazy people, bro. I also I went to Duff's. I ordered chicken fingers and fries and a burger and fries. How much you think?
Oh, like you went with someone and like...
And we got it to go. But anyways.
Oh, no, because you said 2 items. I was like, there's no way you're eating both items. Those two, I know Duff's pretty well. No tip if it was takeout?
No tip.
$55.
$60.
Yeah.
Or it was like 58 or something like that.
Like,
that's crazy, bro. I got chicken fingers and a burger and fries. This is fucking $60.
This is why we need to overthrow our government. I'm just kidding. But like, it's so fucked nowadays. And they like, going back to the whole thing we talk about stress.
Yeah.
This is part of it.
Nah,
like,
I'm not stressed about it.
No. Okay, you're making money, right?
So are you?
Yeah, I'm serving, right? When we were growing up, like when I was 15 and I was making like the minimum wage, I was making a little bit of money, whatever, maybe like $300 in a week, maybe, right? If I went to go to a Subway to order just a sandwich comboed, $12.
Well, $5 foot long, bro.
If I wanted the $5 foot long comboed, $8. Now if I go to fucking McDonald's, the place that used to be like, you buy everything for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Just if I want to get a fucking junior chicken and a McDouble,
I think it's like that's $5.
That alone is $5.
Or like $5.50 or something.
I'm like,
it's still cheap though.
It costed you 25 cents to make it.
It's still cheap relative to
I know
the times, I guess.
It is, but like, how is $10 at McDonald's like the cheapest thing I can see now? When if I go to a sit down restaurant, like where I work at, if I want just a carbonara, it's not even a traditional carbonara. It's too much cheese. It's not egg sauce. It's cheese. It's like $30.
Jeez. That's insane, bro.
Not including tip, by the way.
Yeah, but it's like that's the prices now. It's like either pay it or don't go.
It's so fucked up to think about, though. It's like you got to think about it this way. Like when our parents grew up and they started working, my mom, her first house was $114,000 full.
My dad's was, I think it was 160.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't gotta show off here, okay?
Nah, it's still fucking like it's nothing, bro.
I know. $160,000 now is maybe a down payment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in our area. Okay, if it's not, then it's fucking crazy. But like,
5% if you're a first-time home buyer.
no, but it's 5% on the first 500,000, and then 20% on the net. Like,
It might not be enough. I don't think it is enough.
Like, how do they want us to live? Do you want me to move 3 hours north to Timbuktu?
Yeah.
Like,
hey, listen, even the fucking town or apartment buildings in I don't want to say it because that's where I work, but where I work, we just like basically it's a new town. Yeah, it's like it's like $750,
dude,
for a 1-bedroom. That's crazy, bro. What the hell,
dude? Like our friend wants to move somewhere in like the GTA because she lives a little up north and she has work down here. What did she say the fucking monthly rent would be? Like 2,000?
I think it's more now. I think it's like 2.2
for just herself.
Yeah,
she's gonna have roommates.
But the thing is, no. When you get bigger, and I think that's how I'm probably gonna do it. When you get like 3 roommates, 4 roommates, it comes to like $1,200 a month.
Isn't that still fucking crazy?
That's not that much.
Like, but the thing is, it's not your own place. You're sharing it with fucking 4 other people.
I think it's more fun though.
I mean, if it's your boys, yeah, but most of the time it's just random people.
Yeah.
You know what
that
I mean?
I will never do. I'll never live with randos.
Like the guys who work for my dad, like they became friends because they were roommates.
Mm-hmm.
Like they moved to Canada or like they moved out of their parents' house.
Yeah.
And they had to get their first place like somewhere near where my dad worked. So one guy who moved there within a month became friends with the 3-4 guys living with him, and then got them the job with my dad, right? And we're like, how much are you paying for rent? If it's fucking 3, 4 of you, 5 of you, it's because someone owns the whole floor.
Yeah.
So like every single fucking room is like say 4 or 5 people. 1,600.
It's still fucking so expensive, bro.
Like, where do they want us to have money to fucking retire one day?
Just gotta make it big. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
You're fully right, but it's still fucked up.
Anyways, I got to pee so bad. I also want to watch the UFC. So let's wrap it up.
By the way, guys, hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Make sure to watch UFC as always because UFC is the best fucking sport in the world.
Yes, sir.
Anyone who says soccer can chup on me penne.
We'll talk about it next week because we got some big fights coming. So Patty the Batty.
We got to talk about 280, which is getting announced.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it next podcast.
Yeah, no problem. But guys, if you guys enjoy the podcast, make sure to hit that like. Make sure to tell us if you want some guests on the podcast, all that stuff. I think next week, if he has the time, we'll have him. If you're okay with that.
Okay. Does he watch UFC?
A little bit.
Okay.
We'll enlighten him. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
the first half will be like him talking about his shit, and then we'll just shoot the shit after. You know what I mean? Like we always do. But guys, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We will see you guys next fucking week. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a great rest of your days. Be safe, be smart, and a little stupid. Peace.